pass inside to Clack. This is a great three-point shooting. Draymond got it to Steph. Stayed right with them. Yeah, nowhere. The Poole Joe advantage of. And bottoms of 11. Draymond roll.
Good look. Oh, yeah, that's a good look.
The beginning of this second-best shooting team in the league. Sign early. Great. Wiggins getting to that sweet spot. A lot of finals games against each partner. Our Nissan keys to the game.
You should be able to rebound.
Joe Harris, another Kyrie.
Plays the defense.
So Kevon Looney.
Of other teams shows out. You can't let Kyrie Irving.
Draymond Green's three-point shooting is it the way. And Steph sounds so familiar. And rolling right hook, and he rimmed it home. Curry turns off of Ben Simmons. He's not likely to shoot jump door. Looney. They're so neat on the lane again. Looney met him and
top 10. They've been even better
because Jock Vaughn is a
ED because they know
our best defensive player. Maybe a catch and shoot. Curry deep three. Screen on Ben Simmons. He'll pick up the foul. Sumner has checked in. 3 years to Looney. What a catch. Warriors 16-8 advantage. Kuminga another three.
The Warriors get inside.
Kuminga's picked a fender length on Steph. He got it off the other way. Even check through that first Warrior lead of the night. Off the line.
From Looney. He expected Steph to get.
He should get votes. I mean, he absolute scorer off the bench. Jerome wing
through and
get back down their throat. That's happened 3 times already. That's the 3rd time after Steph to Looney.
Unselfish setting this screen for you.
Pocket? I mean, come on.
Well, it works for this.
At shop.warriors.com. And don't. For the quickens, I mean, any kind of something. Kuminga with quickness and floats it up to Green. And Dante DiVincenzo.
So you got to guard.
Leaving some at the line here. 1 of 4.
1 turnover.
Edmund Sumner and Nicky J. Warren. Draymond met him there. DiVincenzo an open 3. Cycle it to Seth Curry. DiVincenzo for 3. We're open. Again, Draymond bothered. And then
Defensive glass and Jordan Poole. Draymond goes to help on Kyrie Irving. Sumner's been a secondary.
Little tic-tac-toe inside.
They're trying to fin 2 down there.
Kyrie. That's good defense by Brooklyn team because really it was the 4th. Seth Curry, little stop. Chenzo to a rolling Kuminga. Again! Kyrie Irving 3
to exploit these switches. Doing that.
Jordan Poole for 3. And Clay, and then knocked away there.
The no man's land before they switch on to it.
The 3rd team foul.
Is offensively.
Watson Abbey just runs to those corners.
Simmons set 2 screens.
Brooklyn 7 of 13. DiVincenzo. Looney. That is a great bringing your son to become the 3rd. Then you tell the son, hey, don't go into the 5th. Looney took his time and he will get to the.
Is the help going to come? Okay, what's the help?
One Racing has always demanded.
It's like someone says, hit over.
So the Warriors bench
from home for a long time. Lead of the night. Seth and Kevon with the offense. I ask you this. This is Brooklyn. It might be susceptible inside.
To get that first cut off that rough screen.
Ability on this good Brooklyn defense.
Another way they've scored inside is just expose.
Drop off, but the Warriors recover. Good a handle as there is in the league. And Claxton.
People forget that with all the
center. I think Nick Claxton is brought to you by your NorCal Honda feeling. Shooting 40.
Not easy to do.
How do you crackdown block department because you're keeping the defense line. He gets around him.
Seth should know about it. So he didn't fall for that. He didn't
relapse into an NBA player to becoming and kind of junk up the Brooklyn Andrew Bogut.
Makes 1 out of 2 and keeps doing.
Royce time ago. Stephen Curry's trying to keep the hammer.
Kyrie Irving is just shooting at self
camp. There you go. Inside 2 minutes when you get to the
of his hand, like
turnovers. Brooklyn is committed. Final minute of this first half. Seth Curry not been there since Andrews come back. And the follow there by Royce O'Neal.
A couple turnovers late.
Great free thrower.
A lot of times they're sending a second defender
here. 5-3 in the homestand. Tic-tac-toe, but Wiggins, same pool in the starting lineup. Don't give up 91 in the first half. Joe Harris 3 makes you mark of the first half, but Brooklyn Ben Simmons just kind of shed Klay Thompson. Inside. On both ends, we need from you. Stephen Curry flipping it. He'll commit the foul on Kyrie. Live beginning at 6. There's a ton of respect.
Warriors like to put them in their place.
Well, their momentum start at the end of the. Kyrie's got a good look at a 3. Klay Thompson on a flyby. And then at the very end,
You're going to get a hesitation here.
Until Joe Harris.
See if you can get inside again. Steph lead Kyrie Irving.
On Looney. Kyrie Irving 3. Joe Harris. Got on the deck. And Steph's defenders setting up Royce O'Neal. The step around.
We talk.
Looney, Vincenzo and Ty Jerome in. And Kyrie Irving sensing a seam. Right feet on Steph. And Kyrie to Claxton the roller. And he to foul him. He's aware. Hacking the big shot blocker. Had it knocked away. Claxton, nice step through. That's a good. He is fouled. It's going to be ruled to take fouls, so it's going to just body them.
Watch Klay Thompson.
Free throw plus possession. Brooklyn is 8 of 14 shooting in the switch this up. They just took it away. Claxton, and he and Ben Simmons banging it. There's 7 points, 10 lead on the roll.
That next defender is rotating.
Vaughn does stuff like that. That's when the 13. And Kirk.
A little hesitation, Adam. Steph saw it.
When they go at each other 10 times in the postseason. For game time. They're cutting Sumner.
Kuminga took advantage.
Backcourt violation, so the Warriors did. And finish really nicely done with the upper end. I mean, that's the NBA. Gave his contributions from every continent to the escape valve. Finding Kuminga ahead to Jerome. In on Seth Curry. Steph, a good look at a 3.
He held on to Claxton.
I mean, yeah. Finishing, he had the dunk on that other.
His time, he's not forcing anything.
Yeah.
He's making, like if I just take my time and let
Porter with a stop and score. And that will do it for the court.
Joe Harris.
Kuminga will pick up him
as well.
Claxton's got deep position. Scuffling, shooting the ball. Jordan. Joe Harris in the corner. Jordan Poole and Simmons, little bully ball to put it up. Kuminga staying with him. Poole off the ball. Kuminga to him. And now the shot clock's at the ball. And Draymond, they called the take foul.
Oh, blame him.
Claxton, Kyrie lob. Now Poole, good look at a 3. And
he's trying to do on Kyrie Irving. He's had
saved the day. Poole 3. And Seth Curry.
And almost a turnover, but
trying to use that strength.
And usually good things happen.
Singled, so he recognized who was guarding him.
So there's a pest on the defensive side.
Trying to get Klay going. A little stick control. Kyrie against Utah. Kuminga recovered, and Kyrie gets in those instant turn pass from Klay. Tic-tac-toe. Claxton, Draymond just holding on to him with 18 points off that bench. Grabbed him right away. He almost freezes himself.
Yeah, on this game is 14 rebounds, 18
off of Claxton. He'll step.
Especially with a guy that's
and turn and shoot over.
Came up there with speed.
Used on the other end. 11 minutes left, and the Warriors are going to try and sidearm passes.
He just freed him.
Kuminga attacking Royce O'Neal. Pump fit. Let's see what he does from the line.
Let Jordan Poole, Klay come off.
Curry off iron next to Harris. An open 3.
And then all these switches.
You get into that right hand, the mid-range pull, count the bucket and keep going. If he had the Klay little swipe for Royce O'Neal for 3, in terms of not slowing. Steph has just he loses it, but it was kicked. And here's the first, and he hits it. So a disappointment.
Really wanted to talk about defensive rebounding. That's what he wants from his team, because the way they want to.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for almost 40 years. LeBron is just over 30. A lot of people were curious about. We'll see if that. preseason. And Anderson commits the foul coming over the top of Anthony Davis.
Wow.
Walker at the elbow. Knocks it down. It's 9-3 Lakers.
But he's picking up full court, just speeding up D'Angelo Russell there, putting him in a bad space.
Anderson, another guy that can handle the ball. Russell's three. Russell with a nice look and in transit. There is a take foul where a defensive player just reaches around, tries to stop it.
Carl is sitting out with a left ankle that is sore. This is just precaution.
Rim protector in Rudy Gobert.
Well, and look, I understand that official, because you can't double team him with Rudy Gobert sitting out there on that floor. You know, this is the energy, the athleticism that they want to add to their team, because even though they had talent.
Pat Beverly, no matter his age, brings energy. Anthony Walker from deep, no good. Rebounded by Reed.
One of the most elite defenders out there.
And Coach Ham was, and I guess
when you look about his shooting percentage and you talk about the way he can impact on both ends, and look, be a very, very tough year for everybody except the Lakers.
And the coaching staff, they want Anthony
down every year since that great bubble, that great 2020 season.
Davis passes up the three for the drive. Out. Edwards, nice pocket pass there.
Push, and everybody else has to run the floor. If LeBron James doesn't run.
Foul on the other end on James, so Kyle Anderson, who played his college ball, albeit. Anderson.
I know it's preseason, but the court's still the same size, Dave. How you're going to approach this game, what the team needs from you. You know, we
play somewhere between 60 and 70 games.
Let's assume that he is going to be healthy. That has been the whole.
At one practice, Beverly with a takeaway. He's got James with him in transition. And look.
There's just an intensity that he brings on the defensive end that every team can.
By the Lakers, shot clock down to 1. Edwards has to hoist it. Comes up.
Lost 30 pounds. He's not going to be himself to start the season. Scoring impact if their team is going to be consistent and be able to keep this kind of.
2 big leads against Memphis after winning the play-in against the Clippers, blocking.
Especially for young players, it's finding that consistency. Don't give me a 40-point game. That those consistent moments where you can be great, then just good.
Checking with Roz for more on Ant.
Yeah, Richard, I was speaking with Coach Finch, and he's been in constant contact with the franchise. He worked with Chris Hines all.
That carries over throughout the entire regular season.
Can be a really good offensive backcourt.
Yes, it was funny because so many people coming off the bench for this Darvin Ham Laker team. I think he's going to have a lot of impact.
John Morant against Cade Cunningham in Detroit, and then Kia NBA tip-off a double. Draymond Green. Steve Kerr announcing last night there will be no suspension. The team, we know for sure that Draymond Green will be there Tuesday night. What do you make of it?
Do all the things necessary that he can to make amends and make sure that he.
Before this incident
in this league, but every year just getting your system down, your rhythm.
James thought about it, now pulls the trigger. And the player the Lakers could use, right?
You said it.
Here's Reed with the spin. Missed the shot, though. It really poisoned the game the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So if you're a defender and you just try to grab an offensive player in transition.
For the steal aggressively. Go for the steal aggressively in the same way that you're going to.
3 guys around him, floating and going underneath the basket. That ball was kicked.
To do it properly, and you'll start training it. If you're going to go for there, don't go for the take foul. Just go for the on the plaque for the reason why the rule has gone away. Because
it's okay. It needs a little work.
It does.
The whining part was good. All right, let's check in with Roz, who's got a. He was grabbing his knee initially. Hopefully, fine. He's got 23 points in 23 minutes on 11 shots, and he has 10 rebounds. Watched the champion or won a championship together in Cleveland.
Well, it's just the thing that's Miami and in Cleveland. Now he's the oldest man out there on the floor, one of the older players.
Strong and physical, and there's like probably 1% body fat. By 7, James has 25 points, 9 in the quarter. Noel left alone at Duke, 21 years old, first-round pick. Ooh. And a traveling violation. Darvin Ham said he wanted to play him 25 to 28 minutes here in this game. The start. Knight gets bumped, gives it up. More, way up. James with 4. Little jab step, he'll pop.
It's progressing along, and you can see the improvements, and unfortunately we can't.
Well, you know, part of that has to be with tough. Frank Vogel can win a championship, and 2 years later, he's gone. Opportunity, and if teams enjoy having you there, and that's something that
Chance from another organization. Maybe not this year, but maybe it's in the offseason.
Yeah,
this team was with Denver last year. Here's Cole Swider.
Yeah, look, you can see the Lakers have, I think Kendrick Nunn having him back. I think that is even the Denver Nuggets now healthy.
Let's check in with Roz.
Yeah, look, new faces, and that's worth something. He pointed out Lonnie Walker, Juan Toscano-Anderson.
It comes from a winning situation. Was a part of the Warriors championship team against the Warriors on Tuesday.
Well, those are the right people that I know. Steph, Clay, Draymond, these guys are working every single day. Nothing but work at the ultimate professional level.
And the Detroit Pistons, and played about 30 games there. James night is over. 25 minutes played, 25 points, 11 rebounds. A team that's trying to take that next step. What do you make of some of the teams that 2 years ago?
There's a lot of depth. There's a lot of depth. Obviously, I think Aiden. There's a lot of things that are going on that in the Phoenix. You see Denver, Jamal Murray's going to be back. Hopefully this is the year that.
But Kawhi Leonard and Paul George were injured. Back the Spartans. Here's Garza for 3. That's good. And they're going to call Gabriel here offensive.
Got the attention. Mayweather smiling, laughing, and enjoying it.
Preseason game remaining. The regular season starts on Tuesday. Garza, Lakers.
I am always
College over 40% from 3. Struggled a little bit here in preseason. Just
ball.
Minot stepped out of bounds.
What is up with that corner over there? Is that
a lot of the second unit, third unit guys from Minnesota playing well?
20+ years. So, Tim Conley comes from Denver. He is
on Friday against Brooklyn. That will be the first time in a preseason game that they've been on the floor. Here's Swider, walks into a 3 and hits it. And a foul on Minnesota.
That was a heck of. You're going to see in the G League. How much work is he going to put in? Look, extra things, because every single year there's going to be another 30 second-round picks that are coming to Jokic.
11-0 run by the Lakers. And a traveling violation. Damian Jones wanted. Definitely would be a first. Here's Lawson on the drive.
I agree with you, but it is a word for other people.
Finals last year. And Spencer Dinwiddie move really helped. There's even another step for Doncic, right?
Yeah, because when you see the level of talent that I don't know. How many minutes has Garza played? Because it's been the most entertaining minutes
on the floor tonight. Really good player at Vanderbilt. For 3.
Kind of grinding, trying to find his position. He's got to be a much better shooter. And
Jones going to take the 3, and it's years ago. He's got 15 points in 10 minutes. Offensive rebound. Here's Moore for 3. Gives it right back, and Pippen with the easy bucket on the other end. It's a 4. Tuesday for Minnesota.
Dave, you've been doing that, just contenders every single year. This year, it seems more wide open. You don't have to foul. It's still the preseason for the young players. They're just.
People would have said there's a chance that those teams play again. And then now the Celtics have
quality basketball being played right now. The highest levels of basketball.
But
3-1 wins his finals MVP. Well, look, the Warriors will accept.
Jones looked like he was going to throw down that dunk, but the rebound went off his fingertip.
This is history lesson. Michael Jordan was taken 3rd behind. Now, mind you, just as a prospect, was there with Wembanyama at 7.